I believe that you can get your anger under control. It will mean that you have to go through a process, but once the process is complete, you will have control over your anger like you never had control before, and you will always know what to do, and you will always know how to do it. The truth is, it's not your fault that your anger sometimes gets the best part of you. You see, your angry responses for the most part were ingrained into you while you were still a child, and as an adult, you're only letting what is on the inside come out. That's okay though. You are not alone. There are millions of people just like you who are angry and want to get their anger under control. In this video, we discuss the more common ways that anger is expressed. And once you have seen the way how it is expressed, you will be able to look at yourself and see the way how you are reacting. And by looking at the way you are reacting, you would be able to recognize some of the changes that you need to make. And before you know it, the majority of change that you need to make would have been recognized, and you would be well on your way to getting your entire anger situation solved. When you express your anger, you get different results based on the way how you express it. The truth is, we all get angry and we all show our anger, but some of us do it in a way that helps us, while others of us do it in a way that is harmful to everybody, sometimes even to people who are not even involved. There are three main categories that describes the way how people usually express anger. The first is the inward expression. As it personally relates to you, this is the most dangerous kind of expression there is. With this expression, your anger is kept bottled up inside and you do not let it out in any way. And the result of this is that the anger grows and changes into a stronger form of anger, the one that's called rage. And rage is the most uncontrolled and the most dangerous form of anger that there is. But when you use the inward expression of your anger, rage is not the only result of it. Inward expressions of anger also have the ability to make you ill with killer diseases. Many times, it is found that people who express their anger inwardly develop chronic illnesses like high blood pressure, heart disease, and strokes that are directly attributed to the results of anger that is not properly expressed. What is becoming recognized now in medical circles is that so oftentimes there are people who would have a stroke, and when they inquire into what happened during the last 24 hours before the stroke happened, one of the things that is showing up more and more frequently is that the person who was suffering the stroke in the last 24 hours before his stroke also had an episode where something got on his nerves and made them extremely angry, and less than a day later they had a stroke. It's something that's becoming more and more common, so it's something that you need to know about and try to avoid, okay? But as far as your heart is concerned, anger damages it in two ways. First, it makes the heart muscle itself weaker, and after making it weaker, it also works on it and makes it beat faster. And the final result is a heart that is tired and not as healthy and strong when it comes to fighting off the different heart illnesses. Okay? Outward expressions of anger include shouting, making threats, using violence, and on the easy side, using sarcasm. While it is for the individual a better form of expressing anger than the inward expression, the problem with this kind of expression is that it often causes other people to give an angry reaction in return for the anger that you are sending at them. This way of expressing anger often leads to problems that extend beyond the present moment. Things that are done using the outward expression of anger causes problems that last beyond right now. A year later, you could still be going through a problem that's a result of something that you dealt with using the outward expressions of anger. There is something you need to remember about anger. is that angry expressions and angry reactions encourage or earn angry responses from people around you. If you're going to get rid of your anger, just need to make sure that you don't use the outward expressions. There are better ways of expressing your anger. And this type of expression, the outward expressions, are the ones that often leads to fights and murders and court cases. Alright? There's another form of reacting to anger that's called a quiet crying. With this form of anger, when people feel their anger, all they do is just cry about it quietly to themselves. Now in this case, again, anger is not properly expressed, but this form of anger, when this method of dealing with anger turns the anger into pain and sadness. And what you'll find is that there are a lot of people who are not necessarily sad, but yet they are still depressed. And this depression comes not because of their sadness, but because of their anger. Okay? There's also a need to be careful that you are not a person who displaces your anger. A good way to think of a person who displaces his anger is to think of him as a bully. Let's take an example. You have a superior or a supervisor at work. His manager or his superior or his supervisor calls him in and is dissatisfied with his performance, and so he does things, says things that makes your superior angry. Your superior then comes and takes his anger out on you. How does that make you feel? What does that make you think about your supervisor? Don't you think he's less than a person for what he just did, for the way how he handled the situation? Doesn't that make you have less respect for him? Okay, so in the same way, you should make sure that when somebody makes you angry, you deal with your anger with them. Your supervisor doesn't make you angry at work and then you go and you take it out on your family or a stranger or your pets or whatever. When the supervisor makes you angry, you need to deal with it with your supervisor, and there are ways of doing that. There are ways of doing it properly. Okay? Calming is another way that anger is expressed, and without a doubt, it is the best way for you to express your anger. When you use calming to express anger, you don't get sick and you don't make other people angry either. When calming, you are taking advantage of the best possibilities of getting your situation fixed so that neither you nor the people around you are infuriated. Calming involves understanding enough of human nature so that you can take action to win your enemies over to your way of thinking and to get them to work with you for their own good. Learning how to calmly channel your anger involves learning to be in control of yourself in the moment between the time you are angered and the time you respond to your anger. There is no need for dismay or any concern whatsoever, because there are plenty of anger management strategies that will help you to do this. I have an ebook that tells you in sufficient detail, without overloading you with information, about how you can be expressing your anger safely and properly in less than 48 hours. This means that you can start to take some of the pressure off your body. The pressure that's now resting on your heart and your circulatory system, you could get rid of that pressure before the week is out. And with these changes, you're going to find that you are happier and you're better able to enjoy the company of other people. I'm not going to charge you a lot of money for this book either, because when you and me and the next person are all expressing our anger better, the world becomes a better place for all of us. Not only that, but I also know what it feels like to be lost for the information and knowledge that you need and could use to make life better for you and for the people around you. After reading this book, you will also know how to use today's anger to help you stay calm when you should be getting angry tomorrow. All you do is click on the link right below this video and it will take you over to a page where you simply fill in your information and the book will be delivered to you. This is Brad McDonald. Thank you for watching.